Hi there. It's Nick and Ron back with another week of questions and another edition of Ask Ron. How you doing today, Ron?
Outstanding.
Good, good. Let's see. We got about 10 questions from our Gold Club members today. The first three are from Robert in Oregon. Robert says, do you plan to produce any other real estate programs in the future, such as buying mobile home parks or buying raw land and developing it?
Well, I have already got some stuff on raw land and developing it. I can't say I got a course on it. I don't intend to do a course on mobile home parks or mobile homes, even though I'm looking to buy some here shortly. So I'm not going to produce a course on anything that I'm not doing. That I can tell you.
All right. Next question from Robert. I know there are other real estate programs and seminars out there that teach subjects you might not teach.
Sure.
Do you know of any other programs or seminars a person can take that would help them if it's a subject that you might not teach?
Well, golly, that's a wide, give me a list of topics you're talking about. There's a whole lot of people out there that teach different things. In fact, I bring some of them into our world. People like Jay Conner teaches private money, how to get foreclosures. I mean, you know the list. If they're out there and they're in the training business, they probably came through us at some time in the past. But I can't refer you to somebody until you tell me what subject you want some referral to.
All right. And last question from Robert. Do you plan to come to Seattle or Portland area to teach your real estate seminars? Many people in this area would like to know.
Well, it's not on my schedule right now, but we're going to be working on next year's schedule pretty soon. And it is possible. I love to come up there, especially if I'm on my way to Alaska to fish.
How far of a plane ride is it from Seattle to Jacksonville?
Oh, long one. 5 hours.
Yeah, it's only 5 hours. That's not too far.
Yeah. Okay. So you're coming with me?
No. I meant the other way around.
Oh.
So Robert can come here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but he says some people want me to come up there.
Right. Next question is from Joseph in North Carolina. Is the best way to structure your business an LLC and getting taxed as an S corp?
LLCs and S corps are taxed the same way. Pass throughs right onto your personal tax returns. There's another one of those broad. I just did a session on that, by the way. I'm in the middle of a quick start school here in Jacksonville. And it depends on a lot of other things that has to go into your pile of stuff that you have and what you're doing. But as far as taxes goes, LLC and S is the same taxes.
Yeah, I actually just looked up the lesson. We have a lesson on Gold Club that I'll have Matt linked to down below this video. But it's tips on structuring your empire, or tips on structuring your business, I think. So search for that or click on the link below this video, and you should see it there. So he goes over the setting up LLCs and how you should structure your business there.
And how to own them, which is the key.
Lavern from Tennessee says, how exactly do you do deals outside of town? What is the process?
The same way I do them inside of town, Lavern, except I have to have somebody go take a look at the house for me. And that's usually the seller, or it can be anybody you know there, or can go on Craigslist and gigs and find somebody to do it for you. But other than that, everything's the same because it's all closed virtually anyway, same way if it were in town. Now, of course, you really should have boots on the ground there to do whatever needs to be done. I mean, somebody needs to put a lockbox on the house, maybe clean the house up, maybe do some repairs on that. You can probably get a realtor to do all that stuff for you for just a small amount of money. And then, of course, if you're going to list it and cash out of it, then the realtor is going to be more obligated to help you get to the point where they can put it on the market. So you're going to need boots on the ground wherever you buy property, unless you're wholesaling. I mean, wholesalers in our industry right now, they put the property under contract and put it on the internet and sell it and never see the property, much less ever buy it and get a check. So, and some of them are doing it illegally. They don't even put it under contract, and then they try to sell it. That's a no-no. Got to have it under contract first. But I got a lot of people buying houses in other states than they're in. Now, you're going to need a closing attorney in the state wherever the house is. One attorney in one state is all you need, because again, it's all done virtually.
All right, Nazil, why does the seller have the authority to approve and evict the tenant buyer even after agreeing to sell the property to me? In other words, why are they involved in the approval and the eviction process?
They can do anything they want till you close on the house. So they're doing you a favor. It sounds like. Let them keep doing it. I've never seen one do that, but if they want to get the tenant out of there, God bless them. That's money and time you don't have to spend. But they have the right to do it, even as long as they own the property.
All right. Another question from Nazil. Why does the seller have to approve the tenant buyer?
They don't. Mine never does, never will. I don't know where that came in. You didn't hear me teach it. There's one house that I bought where we let that happen. That's a $4 million house out in Vegas, but that's the only time I ever had the seller approve anything. Like, I wouldn't buy their house if I had to have them approve every little thing that I do.
All right. Kester from Georgia. In my town, the code enforcement is brutal. Is that a problem that's common or unusual? Any suggestions?
Well,
he's referring to when he's putting out signs.
Oh, it's common. It's common in a lot of areas. Some areas are really adamant about it. And so you put them out, they tell you to take them down. You should take them down. Okay. They're not going to bother you unless you're a repeat offender. But they could, they could, but look, if you don't put signs out, so what? Go look at some other ways to get deals without putting out much money. And we put out 25 signs a week there for a while. We get very few calls from them, but that's going to depend on where you put them. Because if you put them in the main intersections, they're going to come down literally probably before you can even get home. So we put them on the side streets going through subdivisions, but still with heavy traffic. But you're not going to know how the city's going to react till you put them out. But they probably are illegal, that's for sure. They are in most places, but it ain't like you're committing a crime or burglary or anything.
TS from South Carolina says, on a previous video, how to use a VA, you mentioned that you need to have 10 to 20 seller leads being processed by your VA weekly to have a deal per week. I know every market is different, but do you still feel that this is accurate?
That depends on where your leads are coming from. Okay, if you're the leads that Gold Club furnishes you because they're people who list their house online, you're going to need a bunch of those to get a deal. However, every time we do a live boot camp, we get deals from those leads. The last boot camp that we did live, we got 9 deals, and we only started with 100 property information sheets, and they only got 40 some of those on the phone. They popped 9 deals, but it's our mentors doing the calling. So A, it's where you generate the lead from, and B, your ability to make that closing call will determine how many leads you need to get a deal. And different sources means different numbers.
All right, and our final question for this week is from Gary in Utah. He said, I listened to Ted Thomas on his tax liens at your last training. Can this provide another source for lease option properties? And if so, would this be more of a distraction than just working with FSBO seller leads from a lead provider?
I don't see how these tax sales or tax liens, tax lien might, you can get it, well, you can get people that are behind on their taxes. That's certainly a good target, perhaps. Of course, tax deed sale, it's irrelevant. The seller's at the point where they're going to lose the house or they're going to pay their taxes, I guess. But I don't know. I've never actually mailed to a list of people that are about to lose their house at a tax auction, but it certainly might be a good thing to do. Try it out, test it, because maybe you can get the house cheap if they're about to lose it anyway. I mean, that is the theory. It's as good as any other list to test.
All right, well, that's it for this week,
All
right?
right. See you guys next week. In case you don't know it, we got an event coming up on Work for Equity this month that we're going to tape. You should have it on your website, your Go Club site. Get registered because it's free. It's going to be 5 hours one day, 5 hours the next day, and we're going to start at noon for the sake of the West Coasters out there that are griping because we get them out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. So just for you, West Coasters. All right. All right, we'll see you next week.